Welcome to Beyond Six Figures, the podcast that helps business coaches to micro-niche, get noticed, and become fully booked. Learn from top industry leaders who've successfully taken their businesses and their lives beyond six figures. Get ready to level up your coaching business and make this world a better place, one business at a time. And now, here's your host, Ziv Raviv.
Hello and welcome to Beyond Six Figures. Today we are joined by Maria Medina, a dynamic entrepreneur, certified business coach, and founder of the Coaching Network. Maria's journey spans continents and careers, from training as a professional soccer player in Colombia to leading a successful marketing career in London and eventually launching a thriving business coaching practice in the US. With over 15 years of experience, Maria specializes in helping entrepreneurs and professionals unlock their potential through strategic networking, sales mastery, and personal development. She's also the creator of the Business Book Challenge, an initiative that distills key insights from top business books into actionable strategies. Maria's story is one of resilience, reinvention, and relentless pursuit of growth. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Maria, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure for us. So first, I wanted to ask you a little bit about what's exciting these days for you. What is a project that you are immersed into or something that excites you?
I recently got contacted by one of my referral partners, and she was doing a marketing boot camp. And it was all about contacting your existing clients, your email marketing base, and finding information about them. And I said, you know what, sign me up. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. Because I know a lot of people struggle with understanding their market, understanding their clients, and they don't ask the right questions. And even if they do, they don't do anything with the data. So I'm really excited about the outcome. I'm about to finish that. So I'll be sharing some more once I do. And just learning about my clients, like why they came with me, what they're looking to achieve, and then also who's listening to my emails, who's reading them, who's going through them, just finding out information about who's out there.
So what's one takeaway that you already know that you're taking from this activity of creating clarity around your business?
So we all have these preconceptions of, oh, I know what people's pain points are. I know that personally, time management, stress, money. And one of the questions was very enlightening because everybody, 90% of people said they struggle with sales. They just struggle either with getting the leads or closing those sales. And it was a huge insight because as much as some of the other stuff that I teach does feed into that and allows you to be better at sales, I am going to be developing a workshop. I mean, I don't think the answers to the survey are going to change very much from now until I finalize it. But I'm going to be developing a workshop solely on sales with all the other techniques incorporated, but just a sales basis.
So tell me a little bit about the coaching network. The coaching network, what is it from your standpoint? Give us like the too long did it read 1 minute elevator pitch, if you don't mind.
Sure. So the coaching network came to fruition because I had another business and I grew it and I sold it. And people started asking me how I grew it so successfully. And that's how it started. And that's what I do now. I teach people how to make the most out of their business and grab these assumptions that they've made and these goals that they've set that may not be realistic, and really set some realistic goals, establish their why, and help them accomplish what they want with their business.
Do you target mainly or help mainly people that are planning to do an exit and sell their business, or not necessarily?
No, not necessarily, although I do firmly believe in the book, and the author escapes me right now, Built to Sell. And I firmly believe that every business should be built in that way. Whether you want to exit, whether you want to hand it down, have it managed or operated, it should be built in a way that it doesn't solely rely on you. And it can be done from the customers that I work with, the clients I work with that still don't have a business and are looking to get a business, all the way to the ones that have bought it, they're running it right now, they're in their first 5 years, or have been in the industry for 20 to 30 years. So my customers span the whole life cycle.
So I want to flip this question on its head towards you. What are you doing to ensure that your business will one day be something, your coaching business will be something that you can sell?
I'm going to say stay tuned because right now I'm working on a very special project with a coach, and I'm focusing solely on a growth strategy that is quote unquote going to help me exit what I'm doing right now, but still provide the services that I want to provide at a different level. I'm not ready to release the information just yet, but I'm very excited about it. And I'm working on it right now, doing some testing to see if it's even viable. But it all starts with SOPs, just understanding my standard operating procedures, figuring out what goes into every action that I'm taking and handing it down, outsourcing it, delegating it, and working, hey, can this work without me? Can this work with somebody else at the helm? How is this going to carry forward? Because I'm only one person.
As one person, and you've been coaching for a while, what is your preferred load of work as a coach?
Conversations. The one-to-one coaching is what I love doing. And I don't think I will ever give it up fully, regardless of what I'm doing. I enjoy having conversations. I enjoy leading with curiosity, asking questions, and understanding that the person that I'm speaking to has all the knowledge. They know what they're doing, and all they need is that sounding board and that one question that is going to be like, aha, okay, now I know what I'm doing. Now I can move forward. And they pass it down because the better that they're doing, the more they're sharing with other entrepreneurs and other people that are out there, and the more everybody else is growing from them.
And one of the disadvantages of direct one-on-one talking, like with people, which is so powerful, like you just said, and so it's the best way to create a transformation, in my opinion, as well. But it does take your own time, and there's still like just so many hours in the day. So I'm just curious about your preferences. Like, when is it that you feel like, okay, that's enough, or this is too many meetings, or do you like, what's your lifestyle looks like in regards to your personal load?
So as I mentioned, I did own another business before. So I learned a lot from that. And I learned a lot about being very strategic about what I do with my time and understanding what lifestyle do I want to get out of this business. So a lot of people strive for, I want to be that 7-figure business. I want to hit $5 million. And the question behind that is why? Why do you want that? What lifestyle do you want to bring from that? And could we accomplish that with 6 figures and you spending more time with your family, with your friends, and traveling? So it's understanding the goals. Maybe you do need to get to seven figures, but maybe we're good at 6 figures, but being more strategic about what we're doing with our time and with our money. And then it's also having that balance of understanding I can't help everybody. So being very, very intentional about the people that I do bring onto my one-to-one programs, and then strategic about the ones that I say, hey, maybe this workshop might be better for you. Maybe this other coach might be a better fit, because not everybody's going to be a good fit for you.
How many people do you prefer to work with in one-to-one type of relationships?
In a month's time, so I have 3 programs, and I do either once, twice, or 4 times a month. And the maximum on all accomplishments, so it doesn't matter, it's 15 to 25. So obviously, if I have them on that 4 times a month, it's going to be closer to that 15 mark. But if I have more people on the once a month, it's going to be closer to that 25 mark. And it's that balance that I found, understanding the hours that it takes to service that client fully.
How long do people stay a client usually with you?
I have some clients that are very goal specific. They have a project. And so they say, okay, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. So on our consultation, we sit down and we say, from past experiences, have you done things like this before? How long does it take? So we can get a gauge. Okay, this is going to take anywhere from 4 to 6 months. Maybe we can accomplish it in 3. Maybe it needs 7, but it's going to take an average of 4 to 6 months. And then I've got some clients that are in it for the continuous development and have been with me from the start of the coaching network, which has been 2.5 years. And their frequency changes. So maybe they're on the once a month to get started, and then a project comes up, or they go through a growth spurt and they're like, hey, I need to see you twice this month. I need to see you every week this month so I can get this accomplished faster. but they're always striving for something and they're always working for something.
I love it. This is so clear. And this type of discussions really help other people wherever they are on their journey as a coach to kind of see a worker in action. And thank you so much for being so open about this. So I want to ask you, did you ever have an encounter situation where you had to fire a client?
Yes, unfortunately, I have. I've encountered it a couple times. And it's not going to be necessarily, hey, it's the client's fault. Hey, it's the coach's fault. It's more about this isn't the right fit. What you're looking for isn't something I can offer, and vice versa. I don't feel like you're sharing the right information. And I always say, think of it as like therapy. If you don't give your therapist the right information, and the same goes to data, if you don't input the right data, you're not going to get the results that you want. So if that relationship isn't there and I don't feel like we're sharing and we're getting some progress, then maybe I'm not the right fit. And that's okay. That's okay to say there will be somebody out there that's a right fit for you. And don't be afraid to, hey, let's test this coach out. Let me see if it works out. If it doesn't, ask for recommendations from other people that are like you, that have achieved things like you, that you want to achieve, or that have a similar personality to you, because maybe they have better recommendations. So don't be afraid to pivot. It's not a mistake. You didn't know about that coach before. You didn't know about the relationship. So try it out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, don't be afraid to change your mind.
Did you ever had a situation where a relationship ended with a client and you felt like it ended not in a good way? Like you felt like maybe they are disappointed, or maybe the client had actually been not a good fit, right? So maybe they initiated the breaking the relationship, but they actually felt some frustration.
Yeah. And I think providing any service or any good, you're always going to experience that, because as much as we want to be mind readers, we're not. And we can only go by what people are telling us. So if somebody's telling us, hey, this is what I want to accomplish, and this is what I'm willing to do for it. So I had a situation with a client where they said that. And then when push came to shove and I said, hey, here's the plan that we came up with. Steps 1, 2, 3. Have you done any of them? And the answer was no. And there was an excuse here, an excuse there. And it was, can you give me something easier to do? Can we break it down? Let's do it. So it was working together, breaking it down. But in the end, nothing was done. So they felt like they were getting no results. And unfortunately, when the communication isn't there, there's going to be frustration from both sides.
Yeah. And eventually these frustrations can bottle up, can accumulate, you can get to a point where they just get overloaded by those feelings. And this could happen in a relationship, and especially in a relationship with a coach where you're partnering on the idea of achieving some sort of a change in their life, some sort of an achievement will be made and transformation will be made. I want to ask you about how do you tackle the following scenario? You've been around for a while, even 2.5 years specifically with the network. The coaching network is already established and impressive, and there's like resources, and it really is worthy of attention. So I wonder, what do you do when you want to change your price points? And maybe this is something you already tackled in the past with other coaching clients. You want your new price point to be maybe updated, but then at some point it starts to become an issue where some of your clients, even like long term, are paying potentially less than the new clients, and that kind of creates a gap. What do you do with this gap?
So I think it requires a lot of analysis, and it requires strategic conversations, not necessarily with your clients, but with advisors. So as much as I am a coach and I say everybody needs a coach, so do coaches. You need to go out there, and there are things that out of your scope you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So I would definitely look at data. So I would look at who has been with you for how long, what clients are signing up. Is your conversion rate higher at this new price rate, whether you've increased it or lowered it? What does that data look like? And ultimately, Are you willing to sacrifice the people that are on the old pricing scheme to get new people in? That's the ultimate question. Or are you willing to lower or increase their price? So depending on what you're willing to do with the existing people on that pricing, it's easier when it comes to like a product-based business, right? Because they come one year, the product is $25, and they come the next year, the product's $30. They don't really question it, right?
Yeah.
Inflation, prices gone up. When it comes to a service, people are a little bit more shocked about that, even though the cost of living, the cost of providing the service has increased. But when you say, hey, all my prices are going up by 10 or 25%, they're like, wait, well, what? You're providing me an hour. It's still only an hour of your time. Why is this going up? And demand. If your coach is in higher demand because they are very good, then yeah, they need to increase the prices so that they can service more people that are willing to pay for that. If people are willing to pay a higher price, and then that's completely up to the coach. Because I know some coaches, and me personally, I don't increase my prices without high consideration. And it's understanding why did they raise the price? Are they trying to target a different market? Is it because they want to be less busy? So they want to take on less clients. But if you're at capacity and you're just, hey, I could be earning more money, I need to be earning more money, and you need to do that, it's your business. And without your business being sustainable, you're not going to be able to help all the people anyway. So think about those things. Think about who are you servicing now? Who are you looking to service? And ultimately, what do you need for your business to survive?
Wonderful. And I just love everything you just said. These are all contextual topics. You have to understand all of the situation. There is no magic formula or a cookie cutter to change your price points in a coaching service. But it is eventually a business. And you can decide to take that into account in your decision making, and especially when you're fully booked. So I want to talk a little bit about marketing, because you've been working on building up your own platform, building up your clientele. You got to this point already that is healthy, where you have your 15 to 25 clients, and you have your packages once a week or twice a month or once a month, and so on. So what do you do that works the best? Like, what's really working for you right now when it comes to getting more people to be interested in you as a coach?
So there's two main things that work very, very well for me. The first one is workshops. Workshops work extremely well as lead generators, whether they are free, which I do free workshops when I'm in that partnership with somebody. I'll offer a free workshop so that we can share our mailing list. And then that gives us access to more people, or paid workshops with organizations. Usually our partner with like a chamber of commerce or another networking organization where people pay to attend your workshop. And that's a huge lead generator that creates clients for me, not only just for one-on-one, but for future workshops that I may have. So that's one of the main ones. The second one is networking. And I say networking, I know exactly what group works very well for me. That is BNI. BNI works extremely well for me, and it may not be a right fit for everybody. But when I say networking, is I belong to multiple organizations. So it's finding the right network that is going to generate the right leads for you, the leads that are a good fit, and you have a higher return on investment and return on involvement. So finding the right network, and then workshops for me have worked very, very well.
How often do you conduct a workshop?
So the free collaborative workshops, I do those once a month. And then my paid workshops, I do them, it varies, maybe twice a month, but usually 1 to 2 times a month.
I want to ask you about the networking part, because a lot of people have tried to do networking. They've been there for months. They are doing those one-on-ones, and they have polishing their elevator pitch. And they maybe they are trying to help the other people in the group to get referrals and so on and so forth. But they're not closing any deals for themselves, and they're starting to feel like, is this a waste of time? And that voice of you're wasting your time can be very loud for us. So I want to ask you, because you've been getting results from networking, you are even a coach to other business owners on the topic of networking. I want to ask you just, as an average case from your standpoint, from your experience, like how long does it take to get a coaching client on BNI for you?
I feel like it's a trick question because I think it depends on the strategy that you apply when you go in. I will tell you, I have been in BNI for 10 years, but I had a different business that I was a member for before that. So I had established some relationships. But the moment that I launched my coaching practice and I switched professions, I had to switch chapters, and I got my first coaching client within the first 2 months. That is not the standard process. That is not something that is going to automatically happen, because what you have to remember is Bob Burg's quote, which says, people, all things being equal, people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Amen.
And you need to also focus on value. What is that value that you're bringing to the group? So you got to give as much as you get, but the trust factor is so important. What is your credibility? Where is your social proof? Who are you sharing it with? And are the right people in the room that you're sharing it with? So you need to analyze all of these things before you consider, hey, is this the right group for me? Who's in the room? What time, what money am I dedicating to it? So what's my return on investment and what's my return on involvement? I would say on average, you're probably looking at anywhere from 9 to 12 months to establish trust with somebody that you don't know. So if there's nobody in that room that you know, give them a good year. I mean, think about yourself. Are you going to trust somebody that's just walked into the room, say they can offer the service? They have to prove themselves to you. So some businesses are easier because people can just try them out and it's not really costly. Let's say you're an insurance person. So, hey, my car insurance is coming up for renewal. Somebody can just try you straight away. Let me try your product or service. Are you good at communicating with me? Did you say what you were going to do? Did you get me the best price? Very easy to test. Coaching, divorce attorney, financial advisor, it's a little bit more costly. They're going to cost you a little bit more money. So that trust needs to be there. Let me test you. Do you know your stuff? What experience do you have? Who are you working with? Give me some social proof. Build that trust and that value, and that conversion rate is going to be much, much higher.
I love your answer. Thank you, Maria. I didn't fall to the trap of giving just a narrow answer. You provided value. I think we're very lucky people, Maria, because as soon as we have our roster of regular clients, we don't need so many new clients coming in. Okay, so you have, let's say, between 15 to 25. So during the next 12 months, you'll need an extra 5 to 10 clients to choose you potentially, because a lot of the clients, they stick around. And for a business to be successful and to thrive and to make enough money and to only depend on just doing enough to get an extra 5 clients a year or an extra 10 clients a year or something like that, that's not 20 a day. It's only about the relationships that you will build. It's about actually showing up. And thank you for showing up today on the show and sharing with us a little bit about your point of view. Where can people go to learn more about your network and about you specifically?
They can learn so much just from visiting my website, thecoachingnetwork.com. And if they want to connect with me, I am on Instagram and LinkedIn, Maria Medina Coach.
And we're going to put the show notes to thecoachingnetwork.com, and which includes some freebies that you definitely want to check out. And also we will put the links to your social media accounts on the show notes on our website. Thank you, Maria Medina, sharing your ideas with us. And thank you, everyone, for listening to another episode of Beyond Six Figures.
Thanks for listening to Beyond Six Figures. Check out the extended show notes that include bonus material, practical tips, and exclusive resources on our website, zivraviv.com. Until next time, keep dreaming big and pushing your business and your life beyond six figures.